All right, let's dive into something, well, pretty profound today. We're talking about the 5 stages of spiritual awakening. And look, this isn't some far-out mystical concept. It's a journey so many of us feel deep down, but maybe don't have the words for. It's more than just changing your mind about a few things. It's like a total system upgrade for how you see, well, everything. Yourself, the world, and yeah, it can be both absolutely incredible and honestly a little terrifying.
So, have you ever had that feeling? You know, the one, it's not loud, it's just this quiet, constant little nudge inside you that says, hey, is this really it? Isn't there something more? If that hits home for you, I really want you to know you are so not alone. That little whisper, that's not random. That's the beginning. That's the call.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at where this whole idea even comes from, its ancient roots. Then we'll walk through the 5 big stages, starting with the, let's just say, intense part, and moving all the way to living in this new awareness. We'll even get into some real practical tools you can use. And we'll wrap up by flipping the script on what it means to arrive. Hint, maybe you don't.
First up, let's get one thing straight. This whole spiritual awakening thing, it is not some trendy new fad. No way! This is an ancient, deeply human quest. It's a story that's been told in 1,000 different ways, across countless cultures and centuries.
So what are we really talking about here? Well, at its core, it's a process of remembering. That's the key word. Think about it. What if this journey isn't about struggling to become some new, better version of yourself? What if it's about letting go of all the layers, all the masks, all the things you're not, to finally remember the amazing, true you that's been there all along?
And I mean, just look at this. This is a universal human story. The Egyptians had their rituals of symbolic death and rebirth. Hindu traditions talk about awakening the powerful Kundalini energy. Buddhism is built on Siddhartha's path from a prince to the Buddha. The Gnostics, the Neoplatonists, they all had their own language for it, but they were all pointing to the exact same thing, this profound journey from being asleep to being awake.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the stages. And we're starting with the part that can feel, well, like a total earthquake in your life. The great upheaval. This is where the foundation you've built your life on starts to crack, to make way for something realer, something more authentically you.
So here's the full path we're going to walk. It often starts with a breakdown, the dark night of the soul. But out of that comes the inner call, which leads to this incredible expansion of consciousness. Then the real work begins with integration, followed by a state we'll call conscious mastery. It's a journey from shattering to wholeness.
All right, stage 1, the dark night of the soul. And listen, this sounds intense because it is intense. But here's the most important thing to know. If you're here, you're not broken. You're not doing it wrong. This is a crucial part of the process. It's that moment when everything you thought was you, your career, your goals, your identity, just stops making sense. It feels like it's all falling apart. And it can feel, well, it can feel like a deep existential crisis. Like you're totally lost, empty, cut off from everyone and everything. The things that used to drive you just don't anymore. But think of it like this. It's like a caterpillar and a chrysalis. It has to completely dissolve into goo before it can become a butterfly. This chaos? It's your goo phase, and it's absolutely necessary. But then, after sitting in that darkness for a while, something shifts. A tiny spark. It's not a booming voice from the heavens. It's more like a subtle curiosity. A feeling that starts to grow, a knowing that there has to be more than just this. That's it. That's the inner call. And this is when you become a seeker. You're asking those huge questions. Who am I really? What's my purpose? Suddenly, you're fascinated by spiritual books or videos. You're noticing weird little coincidences, synchronicities popping up everywhere. You might feel this pull to get away from all the noise and just be quiet. You don't have the answers, not yet, but man, you are hungry for them.
And then, wham! Stage 3. This is where it goes from just reading about it to actually feeling it. It's not just a concept anymore, it's a direct experience. The world literally starts to feel different. The walls between you and, well, everything else, they start to get thin. You begin to feel this amazing connection to it all.
You might have these incredible moments of just pure peace or an overwhelming feeling of unity with nature, with other people. Your empathy goes through the roof. Suddenly, you feel compassion for people you used to judge. You get these flashes of insight that come out of nowhere. It's like the little me starts to melt away, and you feel yourself as part of this giant cosmic we.
These glimpses, they can change you forever. Now, those peak experiences are amazing, right? But the journey doesn't stop there. In fact, this is where the real challenge and the real beauty begins. How do you take that incredible expanded feeling and actually live it, day in and day out? This is all about embodiment.
So we come to stage 4, integration. And let's be real, this part can be messy. It's the hard work of taking these huge spiritual downloads and figuring out how they fit into your 9-to-5 job, your family, your friendships. It's learning how to be that person who can feel the cosmic connection and still remember to take out the trash.
And during this stage, authenticity becomes your top priority. You just can't fake it anymore. The old masks have to go. This often means making some pretty big changes to your life, maybe your job, your habits, even some relationships. You're trying to line everything up so what you feel on the inside matches how you live on the outside. And this is often where a true sense of purpose really starts to blossom.
Finally, all of this leads to what we can call Stage 5, conscious mastery. And please, don't think this means being perfect or having it all figured out. Not at all. It's more like a mastery of presence, of just being. The desperate search for answers is over because you've had the ultimate realization. What you were searching for out there was inside you the whole time.
I love this quote. You become a living bridge between dimensions, with feet on the earth and your soul in the heavens. That's it, right there. It's not about escaping the human experience. It's about being fully here, fully human, but with this incredible connection to something bigger. You don't even have to try. Your very presence starts to have an effect on the people around you. Okay, so we have the map. We know the stages. But how do you actually do it? How do you get through it all? Let's talk about some real, practical things you can do to help navigate this wild and wonderful journey.
So check this out. For each stage, there's a common challenge and a practice to help. When you're in that dark night, feeling lost, a shadow journal lets you face those tough feelings without judging them. When you're getting that inner call but feel confused by all the different paths, creating a little personal altar can ground you in your unique journey. When your mind is freaking out during the expansion stage, just 10 minutes of conscious silence can make a huge difference. For integration, when old habits try to pull you back, a sacred routine, morning or night, is an amazing anchor. And for mastery, when the ego inevitably pops up, practicing silent service, just doing good without needing any credit, is incredibly powerful. Again, these aren't rules, they're just ideas, invitations to help you along the way.
All right, to wrap this all up, let's do a really important mindset shift. We've been talking about stages, which can make it sound like a destination, like a place you finally get to. But what if that's not it at all? What if the whole point is the journey itself?
This really breaks it down. We're taught to think of everything as a ladder we have to climb, a goal to achieve. But awakening is so different. It's not a ladder. It's more like a spiral that takes you deeper into your own center. It's not some peak you conquer. It's a path you walk every single day with as much honesty as you can muster. It's not about achieving something in the future. It's a choice you make right here in this moment.
And you know, this whole thing isn't just about you. It might feel like a solo journey, but it's not. When one person wakes up even just a little bit, it literally makes the world a brighter place. Your journey adds to the light of everyone. It's that interconnected.
So really, it all comes down to this. Every single day and every single moment you get to choose. Are you going to live from fear, from all that old conditioning and those worn-out patterns? Or are you going to live from love, from that deep, true place inside you? That choice, made over and over again, that is the path. That is the whole journey.